In this video, we're discussing how to fill out a certification of origin under the new free trade agreement between Canada, the US, and Mexico. For complete details on the rules of North America's new FTA, we recommend reading our various blogs and other videos on the topic that we've linked below. When claiming reduced duty with this FTA, the party who completes the certification of origin can be either the importer, exporter, or producer of the good. Certifiers, be aware though, as with all free trade agreements, when you're the party completing the certification of origin, you're confirming three main things. You're confirming that you have researched the item, confirmed it meets the rules of origin under that FTA, and can produce proof, aka documentation, that the item meets the rules of origin of that specific FTA upon customs request. One of the main differences between the original NAFTA and this new FTA is that there is no official document to fill out, but rather it's a set of 9 minimum required data elements to be included in the shipment's documentation in order to utilize the preferential tariff treatments. To ensure the inclusion of the 9 data elements required to be included on your customs entry in order to claim preferential treatment, we created this handy form we're about to fill out. It's our way to help you ensure the 9 required pieces of information are available when it's time to complete your customs declaration. You can download it following the links provided in the description below. But if you're not too keen on using ours, that's okay too. We've outlined those minimum required data elements in the description as well. Okay. Let's get started on filling this one out. In box 1, you're indicating who you are as the certifier. Are you the exporter, producer, or the importer of the good? This tells the reviewer of the form who filled the document out. In box number 2, here is where you, the certifier, list your contact information. Include your name, title, your company's complete address, including the country, phone number, and email address. This is how customs will know exactly who to contact if more information is required. In box 3, if you are the exporter and the certifier, you can fill out this field completely or at minimum just include your company name since you'll have listed the other information in box number 2. If you are the producer, you may not know the identity of the exporter, so the information here is not required. If you are the importer, complete this field fully and note the address of your exporter in this field should be the goods place of export and reside within a North American country. For box number 4, same as the last one, if you're the producer and the certifier, you can fill out this field completely or at minimum just the company name since you'll have listed the other information in box number 2. If there are multiple producers, you may state various or provide a list of those producers. A party who wishes to remain confidential can state available upon request by importing authorities, but know that if requested, the information will be required to be divulged. And the same note here, the address of the producer in this field should be the goods place of production and reside within a North American country. For box 5, if you are the producer or the exporter and you know the importer's information, provide it in this field. And note, the address of the importer should also reside within a North American country. If you don't know the identity of the importer, state unknown. For box number 6, we've broken it down into 2 fields. For 6A, provide the HS tariff classification of the goods to the 6-digit level located in the customs tariff. If you need help determining this 6-digit code, just give us a call. For 6B, provide a description of the goods in layman's terms, meaning the description should be sufficient enough to identify the goods covered by this form. If the certification, aka this form, covers a single shipment, indicate the invoice number related to the shipment, if you know what that is. If the certification covers goods on multiple shipments for which maybe invoice numbers are not yet known, or if you simply just don't know the invoice number, it can be excluded. Okay. Box 7 is where it gets a little tricky. Using an A, B, C, or D, specify the origin criteria under which the good qualifies as said in Annex 4.2 for originating goods. Let's go over what specifying either of those letters will indicate. For A, it means that the good was wholly obtained or produced entirely in the territory of one or more of the parties, as defined in Article 4.3 for wholly obtained or produced goods. In layman's terms, that means that the good on this line was made, grown, or produced completely within North America. A plant is a perfect example of a good that is not highly manufactured. Specifying a B in box number 7 would mean that the good was produced entirely in the territory of one or more of the parties using non-originating materials, provided the good satisfies all applicable requirements of Annex 4B Product-Specific Rules of Origin. In layman's terms, the good on this line was made completely within North America, but has some parts from somewhere else. For example, a bed frame made of Canadian lumber with nuts and bolts made from China. Specifying a C in box number 7 would mean that the good was produced entirely in the territory of one or more of the parties exclusively from originating materials. In layman's terms, the goods on this line were manufactured within North America with North American components. In the bed frame example, it's made of Canadian lumber with Mexican, Canadian, and/or American-made nuts and bolts. For D, honestly, there's no layman's way to explain this qualification, as it will be very specific to the good and the production of that good. So simply put, if your good does not qualify under A, B, or C, we highly recommend you call us, or your customs broker if you already have one, and work with a trade advisor to ensure your products qualify. For box number 8, this next one is pretty straightforward. If this certification covers multiple shipments of identical goods, include the date range for the specific period, which can be up to 12 months. For example, January 1st to December 31st of the same year. This is not to be confused with January 1st to January 1st of the next year, as this would signify a year plus a day. With that said, we do highly recommend blanket-free trade agreements are dated with a calendar year so that we keep renewal dates consistent year by year. Last but not least is your autograph. This certification must be signed and dated by you, the certifier. Remember, by signing this certification, you're confirming that you're familiar with Chapter 5, Article 5.2, and Annex 5A of the agreement, and you're confirming that the goods listed indeed qualify under the agreement. And there you have it, a fully completed and accurate certification of origin under the newest free trade agreement between North America, that both your customs broker, customs, and all partner government agencies will understand. All of this information is listed in the links provided below, be it in the last page of the form or the Data Elements Guide. Feel free to download them and keep them on hand for the next time you have to fill out a certification of origin. For more fillable forms like this one, visit our website and be sure to subscribe to learn more.